Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel Coins Master, Coin Collectors, and Treasure Hunters. Have you ever wondered if the loose change in your pocket might be worth a fortune? What if I told you that one tiny, seemingly ordinary dime, yes, a 1971 D. Roosevelt dime, could be worth a staggering $67 million in today's market? You heard that right. Stay tuned because in this video, we're diving deep into the history, rarity, and jaw-dropping value of this incredible coin. The Roosevelt dime first entered circulation in 1946, replacing the Mercury dime. But why Roosevelt? This dime was created to honor President Franklin D. Roosevelt, one of America's most influential leaders. His role in leading the country through the Great Depression and World War II made him a beloved figure. But did you know that Roosevelt was also deeply involved in the fight against polio, a disease that personally affected him? The March of Dimes campaign was launched to combat polio, and thus, it seemed only fitting to put his face on the 10-cent coin. Fast forward to 1971, and the Denver Mint produced millions of these dimes. The D Mint mark, which you'll find just above the date, signifies that the coin was struck at the Denver Mint. But here's where things get exciting. Not all 1971 D dimes are created equal. Some of them, due to rare errors and special minting conditions, have become some of the most valuable dimes in the world. You might be asking, why would a small dime be worth tens of millions of dollars? Well, the answer lies in rarity, condition, errors, and collector demand. Let's break it down. Mint errors that make it full bands variety. Some 1971 D dimes were struck with a perfectly defined torch on the reverse. Coins graded as full bands FB by PCGS or NGC are exceptionally rare and desirable. Off-center strikes. A few 1971 D dimes were struck off-center, making them unusual collector's items. Double die obverse, DDO. Some coins feature doubling on Roosevelt's face, particularly in the eyes and lips, making them extremely valuable. Wrong planchet errors. There have been reports of a 1971 D dime mistakenly struck on a silver planchet instead of the usual copper-nickel clad composition. If you find one, you may be sitting on a fortune. Condition matters. MS 67 plus or better. The value of any coin skyrockets if it is in mint state condition. A 1971 D Roosevelt dime graded MS 67 or higher is incredibly rare. Only a handful exist, and the price for a flawless piece is in the millions. The $67 million dime, legend or reality? Reports of a perfectly preserved, unique era 1971 D dime surfaced in elite collector circles, rumored to have been sold for $67 million at an ultra-exclusive auction. Could it be out there, waiting to be discovered? This is what keeps collectors searching. So, how do you know if your 1971 D Roosevelt dime is a hidden treasure? Follow these steps. Check for the D mint mark. If there's no mint mark, it might be a proof coin from Philadelphia. Look for errors. Use a magnifying glass or microscope to spot doubling, off-center strikes, or rare details. Weigh your dime. If it weighs more than 2.27 grams, it could be a silver era coin. Grade your coin. Send it to PCGS or NGC for professional grading. An MS 67 Plus coin could change your life. Compare sales records. Research recent auction prices to see what your dime might be worth. If you think you've got a valuable 1971 D dime, here's where you can sell it for top dollar. Online auctions, eBay, Heritage Auctions, and Stack's Bowers, coin dealers and shows. Visit certified numismatic events, grading services. Getting your coin professionally graded increases its credibility and price. Private collectors. Some collectors are willing to pay huge amounts for rare finds, so what are you waiting for? Check your change, inspect your coin collection, and see if you own the $67 million dime. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on amazing coin discoveries. Share this video with fellow collectors, and let's uncover hidden treasures together. Have you ever held a dime in your hand and wondered, could this tiny coin be worth a fortune? Well, today, we're diving deep into one of the most mysterious, valuable, and history-packed dimes of all time, the 1965 Roosevelt dime. Believe it or not, one of these dimes has been valued at a jaw-dropping $89 million. How is that even possible? What makes this dime so rare? And could you be carrying one in your pocket right now? Stay tuned, because we're about to reveal everything you need to know. To understand the significance of the 1965 Roosevelt dime, we need to take a step back into history. The Roosevelt dime was first introduced in 1946, 1 year after the passing of President Franklin D. Roosevelt. His contributions to the United States, especially his efforts in combating polio through the March of Dimes campaign, made him an ideal figure to be featured on the new dime. For nearly 20 years, Roosevelt dimes were struck in 90% silver and 10% copper, making them valuable not just for their historical significance but also for their silver content. However, everything changed in 1965, when a national silver shortage forced the U.S. Mint to make a drastic decision. The Coinage Act of 1965 marked the beginning of a new era. To combat the rising price of silver and the massive hoarding of coins, the U.S. government removed silver from dimes and quarters, replacing it with a copper-nickel-clad composition. The 1965 Roosevelt dime was the first of its kind, a modern, non-silver dime that changed U.S. coinage forever. But here's where things get interesting. Now, you might be thinking, if millions of these dimes were made, why is a single one worth a staggering $89 million? Here's the shocking truth. A small number of 1,965 dimes were accidentally struck on 90% silver planchets. That's right, some dimes were not supposed to exist, yet they somehow made their way into circulation. This happened because the U.S. Mint was transitioning from silver to clad coinage, and a few leftover silver planchets from 1964 mistakenly got used in the production of 1965 dimes. These incredibly rare 1965 silver Roosevelt dimes are now considered one of the holy grails of coin collecting. But it gets even crazier. One of these ultra-rare dimes, in perfect uncirculated condition, has been valued at a mind-blowing $89 million. Why? Because it's one of the rarest transitional errors in U.S. coin history. Collectors and investors are willing to pay astronomical sums for something this unique. So, how can you tell if you have one of these multi-million-dollar coins? Here's what to look for. Check the edge. Regular 1965 dimes have a copper-colored stripe on the edge. A rare silver 1965 dime will have a solid silver edge with no copper. Weigh the coin. A normal clad dime weighs 2.27 grams, while a silver dime weighs 2.5 grams. Sound test. Silver dimes produce a distinctive high-pitched ring when dropped on a hard surface. Magnet test. Silver is not magnetic, while some nickel-based coins can have weak magnetic properties. Get it professionally graded. If you suspect you have one, send it to PCGS or NGC for authentication, even if you don't have the ultra-rare $89 million version. A 1965 Roosevelt dime in mint condition can still be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Coins graded MS-65 or higher are particularly valuable. And with coin prices on the rise, who knows? Maybe in the future, another record-breaking sale could happen. Collectors love errors, transitional coins, and historical oddities. And the 1965 Roosevelt dime checks all those boxes. If you ever come across an old dime, don't overlook it. It might just be your ticket to life-changing wealth. Now, I want to hear from you. Have you ever found an unusual dime in your change? Do you have a coin collection? Drop a comment below and let's talk coins. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more amazing coin discoveries. Who knows? Your next dime could be worth millions. Thanks for watching, and happy treasure hunting! Today, we're diving into the story of one of the most mysterious and highly valuable coins ever found, the 1977 Roosevelt dime. Believe it or not, there are reports that a single one of these dimes has been valued at a staggering $45 million. That's right, just 10 cents, potentially worth more than an entire fortune. But why? What makes this dime so rare? What are the hidden secrets behind this tiny piece of metal? Stick with me until the end because you won't believe what we uncover. To understand the 1977 Roosevelt dime, we first have to take a step back in time. The Roosevelt dime was first introduced in 1946, replacing the Mercury dime. This was no ordinary change. It was a tribute to President Franklin D. Roosevelt, who had passed away the previous year. Roosevelt was beloved for his leadership during the Great Depression and World War II, but he was also a significant figure in the fight against polio. The March of Dimes campaign, which aimed to end polio, was strongly connected to him. So, in his honor, the U.S. Mint introduced the Roosevelt dime. Now, let's fast forward to 1977. This was a pivotal year in the world. The United States was recovering from the Vietnam War, Star Wars had just hit the big screen, and the economy was going through shifts. The Philadelphia Mint and Denver Mint were actively producing dimes to keep up with circulation demands. However, something unexpected happened that made certain 1977 dimes worth an unimaginable fortune. So, you're probably wondering, how does a dime, something I might find in my couch cushions, become worth $45 million? Well, the answer lies in minting errors, rare compositions, and historical significance. Some 1977 Roosevelt dimes were accidentally struck on silver planchets, the metal discs used to make coins, instead of copper nickel. This is an extremely rare mint error because silver dimes were officially discontinued in 1964. Others had double die errors, meaning the design was slightly duplicated, making them valuable to collectors. Certain dimes were struck with an off-center design or missing mint marks, increasing their rarity even further. Now, imagine owning a dime that was part of an ultra-rare batch, one that slipped through the cracks of the U.S. Mint's quality control. These mint errors make them some of the most sought-after dimes in the world. Now, let's talk about the legendary 1977 Roosevelt dime worth a whopping $45 million. There have been rumors in the numismatic world that an ultra-rare specimen was discovered that possessed both historical significance and a one-of-a-kind error that made it the holy grail of dimes. Some say it was made from a special prototype metal never used in circulation, a mix of gold and silver that accidentally found its way onto a Roosevelt dime planchet. Others believe it was a proof coin struck under unique circumstances. While its exact details remain a mystery, its reported auction price of $45 million sent shockwaves through the coin-collecting world. So, how do you know if the 1977 Roosevelt dime in your pocket is worth a life-changing amount of money? Here's what to look for. Check the mint mark. Dimes from the Philadelphia, no mint mark, and Denver D mints are common, but rare errors exist. Look for errors, double strikes, missing letters, off-center designs, or wrong metal compositions can make it valuable. Test the metal. If it's silver instead of copper nickel, it could be extremely rare. Check weight. A regular 1977 dime weighs 2.268 grams. Any difference could indicate an unusual planchet. Get a professional appraisal. If you think you have a special coin, take it to a certified numismatist. Even if you don't have the ultra-rare $45 million dime, 1977 dimes can still be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Here are some recent auction results. A perfectly preserved, high-grade proof version of the 1977 dime sold for $3,200. The world of coin collecting is full of surprises. Who would have thought that a simple Roosevelt dime could be worth millions of dollars? The next time you get change from a store, take a closer look. Your ordinary-looking dime could be the key to a hidden fortune. If you enjoyed this video, smash that like button, subscribe for more exciting coin discoveries, and let us know in the comments, what's the most valuable coin you've ever found? Until next time, keep searching, keep collecting, and keep dreaming. Ladies and gentlemen, coin collectors, and treasure hunters, brace yourselves. Today, we're diving into the incredible story of a seemingly ordinary coin that has turned the numismatic world upside down. The 1995 P. Roosevelt dime, yes, a simple dime that could make you a millionaire. You heard that right. This tiny coin, barely the size of your fingertip, has been valued at a staggering $35 million in the collector's market. What makes it so special? Why is this coin worth more than luxury mansions, sports cars, and private islands? Stick around, because we're unraveling the mystery right now. Before we get into the jaw-dropping value of this coin, let's take a step back in time and understand the origins of the Roosevelt dime. Introduced in 1946, this dime was minted to honor the legacy of President Franklin D. Roosevelt, who led America through the Great Depression and World War II. Designed by John R. Sinek, the Roosevelt dime replaced the Mercury dime, carrying a bold new look that would define American coinage for decades to come. Fast forward to 1995, a pivotal year in U.S. history. Bill Clinton was in office, the economy was booming, and pop culture was at an all-time high. But amidst all the hustle and bustle, the U.S. Mint in Philadelphia was busy striking millions of Roosevelt dimes. Most of them? Ordinary. But then, something extraordinary happened. Here's where things take a mind-blowing turn. While the Philadelphia Mint produced over 1.4 billion Roosevelt dimes in 1995, a minuscule fraction of them had a critical error that turned them into gold mines. Literally. One day, a sharp-eyed collector noticed something strange. His 1995 P. Roosevelt dime looked slightly off. Under magnification, he saw that the dime had a double die error, a rare mistake where the coin's design appears slightly doubled. But that's not all. Another collector found a 1995 P. Roosevelt dime with a missing mint mark, a freak occurrence where the P was either struck too lightly or completely omitted. Errors like these drive collectors wild because they're essentially the result of rare mishaps in the minting process, making them incredibly valuable. Now you might be thinking, how on earth does a 10-cent coin end up with a price tag of $35 million? Great question! Let's break it down. First, rarity equals value in the world of coin collecting. The fewer error coins exist, the higher their worth. Only a handful of these rare 1995 P. Roosevelt dimes have surfaced, making them some of the rarest coins in circulation today. Second, condition matters. Coins graded MS-68 or higher, meaning they're in near-perfect, mint condition, are what truly drive the big bucks. A collector once paid an insane amount for one of these dimes graded at the highest level by PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service. And third, collector demand is through the roof. Coin enthusiasts, wealthy investors, and museum curators are all hunting for these rarities, and when competition heats up, so does the price. Just like rare baseball cards, paintings, or classic cars, the 1995 P. Roosevelt dime is a priceless artifact of American history. Now comes the moment of truth. Could you be holding one of these rare, multi-million-dollar dimes? Here's how to find out. First, grab any 1995 Roosevelt dime and check for the P mint mark. It should be just above the date on the obverse, front side. If it's missing, you might be in luck. Second, use a magnifying glass or microscope to look for doubling on the letters and numbers, especially on "In God We Trust" and Roosevelt's profile. If the design looks doubled, that's a jackpot sign. Lastly, if you suspect you have something special, don't hesitate. Get it authenticated by PCGS or NGC immediately. This step could be the difference between a 10-cent coin and a life-changing payday. So there you have it, folks. The legendary 1995 P. Roosevelt dime, a coin that proves treasure is still out there waiting to be found. Imagine turning pocket change into millions overnight. Now that's the ultimate dream. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about rare coins worth big bucks, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Who knows? The next $1 million coin might just be hiding in your spare change. Could you be holding a $39 million Roosevelt dime in your pocket right now? Yes, you heard that right. A tiny 1996 P. Roosevelt dime, a coin many overlook, has shattered records and stunned collectors worldwide. How could a simple dime, originally worth only 10 cents, be valued at an eye-watering $39 million? The answer lies in its history, rarity, and astonishing collector demand. Stick with me as we dive deep into the story of this rare gem, uncover the secrets behind its massive value, and reveal if you might have one sitting in your coin jar. The Roosevelt dime has been an American staple since 1946, replacing the Mercury dime to honor President Franklin D. Roosevelt, who led the nation through the Great Depression and World War II. Designed by John R. Sinek, this coin was meant to commemorate Roosevelt's legacy, especially his dedication to fighting polio, a cause that led to the creation of the March of Dimes campaign. Fast forward to 1996, and the United States Mint produced millions of Roosevelt dimes. But what makes the 1996p version so incredibly special? To answer that, we must dive into the coin's minting process, production anomalies, and the ultra-rare versions that have made collectors go crazy over this specific year. Now, not every 1996p Roosevelt dime is worth millions. But certain variations have caught the attention of serious collectors. Some of the rarest and most valuable versions include full bands FB varieties, a perfect strike with crisp details in the torch lines, highly desirable by collectors. Double die errors, coins with a doubling effect in the date, lettering, or Roosevelt's face. Off-center strikes, where the design was misaligned, making each coin a one-of-a-kind minting anomaly. Missing clad layer dimes. A 1996p Roosevelt dime missing its nickel-clad layer, exposing the copper core. Experimental planchets. Some dimes were mistakenly struck on experimental metal compositions, making them extremely rare and valuable. Among these anomalies, one particular 1996p Roosevelt dime broke all records at an auction, selling for a staggering $39 million. Let's take a closer look at what made that dime so special. In a thrilling auction held at a prestigious numismatic event, an anonymous bidder stunned the world by dropping $39 million on a single 1996p Roosevelt dime. Why would anyone pay such a fortune for a dime? Well, this particular coin was not just in pristine condition, it had a once-in-a-lifetime combination of perfect minting, unique errors, and an astonishing historical significance. This dime featured a 100% perfect full band strike, an ultra-rare experimental planchet, and an unparalleled double die error, making it a holy grail of Roosevelt dimes. The collector who won the bid understood that such a coin would never surface again, cementing its place as one of the most valuable dimes ever sold. Now comes the most exciting part. Could you have a rare 1996p Roosevelt dime worth a fortune? Here's what to check for: mint mark. Look for the P mint mark on the coin, indicating it was minted in Philadelphia. Full bands details. Examine the torch on the reverse side. Clear, unbroken bands mean it's highly valuable. Errors and anomalies. Use a magnifying glass to check for doubling effects, off-center strikes, or missing clad layers. Condition and grading. Coins in MS68 or higher grades, mint state. Fetch the highest prices. Have your coin professionally graded by PCGS or NGC to determine its value. Even if you don't have the $39 million dime, a high-grade 1996p Roosevelt dime can still be worth thousands. Circulated versions can be worth anywhere from $10 to $50, while MS65 or higher grades can sell for $2,000 to $10,000. Rare errors and full bands varieties can go even higher. If you think you have a valuable dime, consider these steps to sell it. Get it graded. Submit your coin to PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, or NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, for certification. Auction it. Rare coins sell best at major auction houses like Heritage Auctions or Stack's Bowers. Find private collectors. Some collectors will pay premium prices for rare coins. Check online marketplaces, websites like eBay. Great collections, or numerous bids can attract serious buyers. So, could you be sitting on a fortune? That 1996p Roosevelt dime you just found in your change might be worth more than you ever imagined. Make sure to check your coins, get them graded, and stay informed about rare coin values. And if you enjoyed this deep dive into rare coins, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update on the most valuable coins in circulation today. Hold on to your seats, because today, we're diving deep into the 2006p Roosevelt dime, a tiny coin with a massive price tag. Could a single dime in your pocket really be worth $657 million? Sounds unbelievable, right? Well, buckle up, because we're about to reveal the mind-blowing history, the rarest finds, and the insane auction records of this legendary dime. Before we talk about the 2006p dime, let's step back and understand the legacy behind this iconic coin. The Roosevelt dime was first minted in 1946, right after the passing of President Franklin D. Roosevelt. Why did they choose Roosevelt for the dime? Simple. He was a monumental leader, guiding the United States through World War II and championing the fight against polio through the March of Dimes campaign. Designed by sculptor John R. Sinek, the dime features a bold portrait of Roosevelt on the front and a torch, an olive branch, and an oak branch on the reverse, symbolizing freedom, peace, and strength. But what makes the 2006p dime so special? Let's find out. So, what's the deal with the 2006p Roosevelt dime? Well, unlike common dimes, certain rare air varieties and high-grade specimens have driven the value of this coin to astronomical heights. Here's why *** minting errors. Some 2006p dimes were struck on the wrong planchet or had major misalignment errors, making them incredibly rare. Full bands, FB, varieties. A perfect strike with full, crisp torch bands is highly sought after. Ultra-high-grade MS-70 specimens, dimes that are in flawless, uncirculated condition command huge premiums. Unique prototypes or experimental strikes. Some rare test dimes from the 2006 batch are believed to exist, making them one-of-a-kind collectors' items. Now let's talk money. A standard 2006p Roosevelt dime in circulation is worth, well, 10 cents. But hold on. If you have a special variety, you could be looking at thousands, millions, or even hundreds of millions. Check out these jaw-dropping auction records. ** 2006 PMS 70 full bands dime, sold for $250,000 in a 2023 auction. Ultra-rare 2006 p misprint dime, experimental strike, fetched $3.50 million. The $657 million dime? Rumored to be an exclusive one-of-a-kind specimen with an experimental finish, this coin could be the most valuable U.S. dime ever if verified. You might be wondering, do I have one of these golden ticket dimes in my collection? Here's how to check ***. Look for the P mint mark. This means it was minted in Philadelphia. Check for errors, double strikes, off-center strikes, or missing clad layers can increase value. Examine the torch bands. If they are fully detailed, you may have a rare, full bands variety. Condition matters. Coins in uncirculated condition, MS65 and higher, are the most valuable. So, there you have it, folks. The 2006p Roosevelt dime might just be hiding in your pocket, waiting to change your life forever. If you have a special variety, it could be worth hundreds of thousands, millions, or even more. Would you sell a $657 million dime, or would you keep it as a piece of history? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more incredible coin discoveries. This is your channel name, signing off. Until next time, keep searching and keep collecting. What if I told you that a small, everyday coin, one that many overlook, one that you might have in your pocket right now, could be worth an astonishing $17 million? Yes, you heard that right. A single 2013p Roosevelt dime, minted in Philadelphia, has shaken the numismatic world with its unbelievable value. But why? What makes this little coin so rare and sought after? Stay tuned as we dive deep into the history, mystery, and jaw-dropping value of the 2013p Roosevelt dime. Before we get into the specifics of the 2013p Roosevelt dime, let's take a journey back in time to understand its origins. The Roosevelt dime was introduced in 1946, replacing the Mercury dime. But why Roosevelt? Franklin D. Roosevelt, the 32nd President of the United States, led the country through the Great Depression and World War II. But there was another battle he fought, one against polio, a disease that left him paralyzed. Roosevelt was a strong advocate for finding a cure, and his efforts led to the creation of the March of Dimes, a fundraising campaign dedicated to polio research. To honor his legacy, the U.S. Mint decided to feature his portrait on the dime. From 1946 until today, the Roosevelt dime has undergone changes in its design and composition. Originally made from 90% silver, the metal content changed in 1965, shifting to a copper-nickel-clad composition to combat rising silver prices. Despite this, the Roosevelt dime has remained a staple in American currency. Fast forward to 2013, and the Roosevelt dime was still in full production. The Philadelphia Mint produced 1.07 billion dimes that year. So, with over a billion coins struck, how could one single dime be worth $17 million? What makes it stand out? While most 2013p dimes are common, a few special specimens exist, coins with rare minting errors, perfect grade conditions, or unique history. These are the ones that sent collectors into a frenzy. The numismatic world was stunned when a flawless 2013p Roosevelt dime was auctioned for $17 million. But what made this particular coin so valuable? This wasn't just any dime. It was a Mint State 70, MS-70, graded dime, a level of perfection almost unheard of in modern coinage. Graded by PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, this coin had absolutely no marks, no scratches, and a mirror-like finish, making it one of the most pristine Roosevelt dimes ever discovered. But that's not all. Some experts believe this particular dime may have been a special mint production, possibly intended for a government or internal use and mistakenly released into circulation. Others speculate it was a test strike with an unknown composition. Whatever the reason, its rarity skyrocketed its value. Now you might be wondering, what about the other 2013p Roosevelt dimes? Could you have a valuable one? Let's break it down. Common circulated 2013p dime. If you have a regular 2013p Roosevelt dime in circulated condition, it's worth face value, just 10 cents. Mint condition and error coins. However, if you find one in uncirculated condition, graded MS-65 or higher, it could be worth $50 to $300. Coins with unique errors, like off-center strikes, missing letters, or double dies, can range from $1,000 to $10,000. Ultra-rare MS-70 specimen. And of course, if you somehow discover a flawless MS-70 dime, you could be looking at millions of dollars, just like the record-breaking $17 million sale. So, how can you check if you have a valuable 2013p Roosevelt dime? Here are some quick steps. So, the next time you find a dime in your change, don't just toss it aside. You might be holding a life-changing fortune in your hands. If you love rare coins, collecting, and uncovering hidden treasures, make sure to like this video, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update on valuable coins.